Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Ravager Fury by Titan Bags. And I just want to start this off by saying this is not my style of bag. This is not this bag doesn't fit my throw, doesn't fit my game plan, doesn't fit the way I play at all. And it's a bag. I've had these bags for a while. I've been wanting to review them. Every time I go and review them, I just didn't like throwing them, so I would put them aside, review something else. But I kind of felt like I need to get the review out there. I've had them for a while, so I bit the bullet and said, let's go ahead and do this. So you're going to see a lot of bags missing, flying off the back of the board. It's not all the bag's fault. Some of it is, not exactly. Some of it's just me and me not meshing with the bag very well, but I'll get more into that in the playability. Bear with me on this. Let's go ahead and dive into this review of this Ravager Fury, and we'll start with the materials. So slow side is the Game Changer Surefire fast side. It's that 8.5 speed material, very fast. It slides at the board in most conditions, very hole friendly. It's a wonderful fast side material, but in this bag, it's the slow side. So the fast side is the other side of the material, which is the Pro Sniper, Viper, Deadhead fast side, that 9-speed material, crazy fast, again, pushes everything, slides at the board. And neither one of these materials do I consider really a control material. So it's definitely it's probably designed more for slower boards or players who have more of a finesse throw. But you're looking at an 8.5, 9-speed bag on this template. I'm going to call this a medium template. It's maybe kind of starts to favor a little bit on that smaller side, that medium to smaller template on this bag, which gives it a little bit of a fuller feel. You know, there's some flop here, not a lot of flop for a fast bag. For me, I would prefer a floppier bag because I think that floppier bag gives you some forgiveness, whereas I think you lose some of that in this bag. And again, I'll get more of that playability on that. The fill in here is mostly a flat fill. It may be mixed. I don't know. Every night I feel something maybe a part of a bead. I can't really tell if that's just a kind of a odd shaped flat fill or not, but it's mostly flat fill in this bag. So you have a 8.5, 9-speed bag, medium to small template, mostly flat fill in it. Let's go ahead and jump right into playability on this. And it's a pretty straightforward bag. This is a bag designed to just run bags in the hole. You're going hole for hole. You're not throwing blockers. You're not playing a dirty style game. You're not shaping shots. You're sliding them in. If someone throws a blocker, you're pushing through, you're air milling over. Really simple, really straightforward. Does a great job of that. The bags, both sides of this material are very hole friendly. So I don't think I had a bag at all really hang. If one did hang, I really didn't have to worry about trying to go after it. The next bag hitting the board or sliding by was going to take it in for the most part. I don't think I really had any blockers. If I threw a bag short, it was because I missed my spot, hit the dead spot, kind of the bag kind of died, didn't slide all the way up. For the most part, if you're consistent with your aim and you can hit the right spot on the board, you're going to put this bag in the hole. The problem I have with this bag is because it's not that floppy. I talked about the forgiveness. I talk about landing zones on bags, and you kind of have your normal rectangular shaped landing zone where the bag has to hit. If it lands in that spot, it's going to go in the hole, right? Slide up and go in the hole. Floppier bags tend to have that wider landing zone because when they go by, that corner dips and it'll spin around and come and grab it and come back in. This bag, if you can get enough of the bag to catch the hole, it'll spin around and melt in beautifully. I mean, I had a couple that really kind of were a little harder than they should have been, but if I could get enough bag to grab it, spin around and come back in. The problem is the bag not being that floppy is that you can see that corner doesn't dip down as much as I want it to. So this bag, and I think with the speed, the bag kind of held its shape. So if I was a little off left or right, like the bag would just kind of fly right on by. It might kind of spin around and sit on the very back, but not hanging in the hole. I really had to get a good part of this bag in the hole for it to catch and spin around. So it wasn't as forgiving as I would want a faster bag to be for me. Something like I think back to the B3 Ranger, the Southwest Hex. Those bags were really good at grabbing that hole. Even if I was off left or right, they were so forgiving. They would make up for my mistakes. I didn't feel like this bag did this. And I felt like there were some of the bags that I threw off the back of the board I thought should have caught the hole and spun around. Now, there were some I threw off. I just completely missed my landing spot, threw them off. And that, again, is me because I had to change my throw. I'm more of kind of I don't know if I want to say I'm a power thrower. I like to throw a little harder. I can throw normal. When I get to these bags, I just don't have that finesse throw very well. So I had to change my throw to really kind of get them in there. And when I change my throw, I become a little more inconsistent. And that's why I'm not a fan of the faster bags. But I can see, I think this bag is more tailored for, in my opinion, this is a bag designed for someone who has a softer throw, higher arc, softer landing bag. Or if you throw that downward facing bag, you kind of have that bag that comes out nose down. This is a wonderful bag because the nose down, when it hits that board, it's going to kill a lot of that speed dead in the bag. But this bag has enough that it's going to dead it and then slide up and drip in the hole. So if you have more of that nose down tilt to your bag, this may be something to look at for you. Although I would hesitate to say you might want to go to a little bit, something like that Southwest Hex B3 Ranger, something that has a little more flop to it that's going to grab that hole a little better, something with a mixed fill that's going to cascade into the hole a little bit better, maybe a little drip in a little better for you. That's a personal preference. But if you like a fuller feeling bag, you don't like the flop, this Ravager Fury might be the bag you want to look at. I will say these materials really kick much at all. So even if you throw a tilt, if you have a really harsh angle on it, it's not going to kick on you. It's going to land and run pretty flat throughout the board. There's not a lot of movement to this bag, which means it doesn't cut very well. It's not a bag you're looking to flop or roll. It's not a bag you're really shaping shots with. It's a bag that like I said, you're sliding the hole. Someone throws a blocker, you're going to push through it, airmail over it. You can use this for get around shots. The problem I have is for get around shots again is with it not being as forgiving is when you go to get around a bag. The idea is you want that corner to dip in when you get around, and that'll pull the bag in. Sometimes when I go to get around, this bag just skips over and slides off the back or sits on the back. And so I don't find it to be the best get around bag. I don't find it to be the most forgiving bag. But again, it's very hole friendly. I think for the right person, this would be a wonderful bag. I think for me, this would be a bag when boards get really slow and sticky. I think I could pull this out and probably play with it then. Although my boards I throw on are not that fast. They're maybe on the slow side of normal. They're just a little slower than most normal bags. I like a little slower bag because I like to play a little bit of that dirty style game more than the hole for hole. So I tend to like my boards to be that way. And even with my boards being as slow as they were, this bag was just flying off the back of the board pretty quickly. So again, I don't want to blame the bag. A lot of it's me. It just doesn't fit me as well. But I can see where it is. And if you throw a bag like this, you like it, let me know your thoughts. If you throw in the Ravager Fury, I'd love to hear your feedback, a good or bad, what you like on it. Let's go ahead and jump into availability. And Titan does a great job with availability. They've got a website, TitanCornholeBags.com. Put a link description for you guys. Most of the time, they have their bags in stock. I don't know if sometimes they'll sell out a specific like designs. They have special designs. If they run a sale on a certain color, it'll sell out. But most of the time, the bags are in stock. They have several different color options. The Ravager Fury is no exception. I think they have 3 different color options, I believe, in there. Bags are only $79.99 plus taxes. You have shipping on that. I think all in, it's like $87, $88 all in shipped to you. Very reasonable for an ACL stamp bag. I don't know if I mentioned these are ACL Pro stamped for 2023 for those played ACL events. So very reasonable. It's kind of on that cheaper end of bag prices. And Titan does a great job of running sales throughout the year. So if you're looking for a set, follow their social media accounts and keep an eye out. They'll run sales on different times, different holidays. Sometimes they'll put discounts out there. Follow their pro players. They have a lot of players they sponsor on the ACL tour. Follow them, and you can get some discount codes from them a lot of times as well. So there are options out there to save some money if you're looking for it. So check them out, TitanCornholeBags.com. Again, let me know your thoughts if you've thrown these. I thank you guys so much for support, and I thank you for watching.